Hello, this is History Storytime with Sophie, age 7. That's me.
And Ellie, age 5. That's me.
And our daddy.
That's me.
We like hearing about battles, chopping off heads, and kings and queens. I add in the funny bits.
I add in the disgusting bits.
And we tell a new story every week. So don't forget to subscribe.
Firstly, hello to some of our patrons.
Hello to Hugo, who is 6, and Isabel, who is 9.
They live in Auckland, New Zealand.
Hello to Nathaniel, who is 8, and Gabrielle, who is 7.
They live in Singapore.
This week it's Halloween. We thought we would tell some spooky stories of ghosts from history.
There had been stories of ghosts for thousands of years.
In the Odyssey, Odysseus was sailing home from the siege of Troy.
That's where the Greeks used the wooden horse to capture the city.
Our world is destroyed.
Odysseus journeyed to the underworld and met with ghosts.
He isn't the only story of people meeting ghosts after the siege of Troy.
In our Romulus and Remus episode on the founding of Rome, we learned about Aeneas.
He was a Trojan prince.
When he was escaping from Troy by ship,
Set the mainsail!
the story goes that he visited the underworld.
Like Odysseus, there he met with ghosts.
At your service!
Later he went on to build what became Rome.
Construction complete!
The Romans actually wrote the first ever ghost stories. They were written thousands of years ago, and we still have many of them.
Fabulous!
One of them was about a ghost which haunted a house and was wrapped in chains.
The Arabs also had lots of ghost stories. There is a famous book called The Arabian Nights. It has lots of stories in it.
It's where we get the story of the genie and the lamp and Open Sesame from. It has lots of ghost stories in it.
There are also lots of ghost stories about Anne Boleyn.
She was one of Henry VIII's wives 500 years ago.
Hello! He had 6 wives. Anne Boleyn was his second wife.
So what happened to her?
Divorced beheaded died, divorced beheaded survived.
She was the second wife, so divorced beheaded. She was beheaded.
She had her head chopped off.
Lots of people say they have seen her ghost at different places, often at the Tower of London.
That is where she was executed.
150 years ago, a guard said he saw her ghost. He charged at her with his bayonet.
Use your bayonets!
But he charged straight through her.
Realizing he had seen a ghost, the guard fainted. When he woke up, he was arrested for falling asleep.
At his trial, he told his story, but no one believed him. He was going to be sent to prison.
You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting.
But then a general spoke up.
I don't think so!
He said he had seen Anne Boleyn's ghost on the same night.
He told the court that he had seen a white figure floating in the air without her feet touching the floor.
Then everyone believed the guard and he was allowed to go free.
Hooray!
There are also stories of ghosts from wars. In World War I, the German armies were invading Belgium.
The British was desperately trying to stop them at a town called Mons.
Stand your ground!
After the battle, stories started to be told about the Angel of Mons. The story was that at the height of the battle, the British were about to be overwhelmed by the Germans.
Help!
Then a ghostly army appeared from the sky. They had bows and arrows.
Bowmen.
They looked like the same English soldiers have fought hundreds of years before against knights at the same place. They attacked the Germans.
Attack!
And the Germans fled.
Impossible. What is this?
This allowed the British time to escape.
Phew.
Later, a writer came forward and said he had made up the whole story.
Unbelievable.
But many people believed it, and many soldiers said they had seen it with their own eyes.
Wow.
In another bloody battle in World War I, the soldiers were in trenches.
One of the soldiers saw his best friend killed.
Oh
He was very sad about it. But the next night, he saw the ghost of his friend appear.
no! Fascinating.
His friend's ghost was pointing at the ground in the trenches. The soldier had an idea.
I got an idea.
He decided to dig in the spot that the ghost was pointing at.
Good choice.
He found there a secret tunnel.
Secret.
The Germans had secretly built a tunnel under the British trench. The Germans had packed the tunnel with the explosives and were going to blow up the British trench and kill everyone.
Blood will flow.
The soldiers were able to get rid of the explosives and live, all thanks to the warning of the ghost.
Amazing!
Do you think it's a true story?
It might be, but in war, people get very tired and are very scared, and they can sometimes think they're seeing things that are not really there. So who knows?
However, the most interesting ghost in history is not from Britain at all. It's from America. One of the most famous American presidents was called Abraham Lincoln. He fought in the American Civil War and ended slavery.
Love that.
His ghost is said to haunt the White House.
That's the home of US presidents.
Many people say they have seen his ghost, and they are often very important people.
In World War II, the Queen of the Netherlands was staying at the White House.
For the Queen!
She said she saw Lincoln's ghost in his top hat.
She was so surprised that she fainted.
Many other American presidents and their wives or children have said they have seen him or heard him too.
Eleanor Roosevelt was one of the most famous president wives. She said she never saw Lincoln's ghost, but sometimes she said she could feel his presence.
And their dog would sometimes bark as if there was someone in the room. Do you think that these stories are true?
I don't know. Most people nowadays probably don't believe in ghosts, but in the past, almost everyone believed in them.
Why don't you believe in ghosts if all these people say they've seen them?
Well, when I was little, lots of people thought they saw ghosts. But now there are CCTV cameras everywhere, and they don't seem to video ghosts. So I think people were just a bit confused in the past. But no one really knows.
I don't think I believe in ghosts.
Me neither.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. What's that, Ellie?
Happy Halloween!